Okay, everybody, I am so thrilled today because I am joined by Cary Elwes, aka Miles, aka the Duke of Dunbar in a Castle for Christmas on Netflix this Friday. How you doing today, Cary?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I love we have a special guest here too. Is that what's
That
the dog's name?
this is Parker, and he
Oh,
decided he didn't want to miss out on this particular interview, so it's all right. He's going to join us. But if he gets to be too rambunctious, I'll send him on his way. But
no, I
he's
love it. I love this surprise guest. This is
very
great.
mellow. He's going to hang out down here. Okay.
No, yeah, what I love it. So Carrie, I have to ask you about this film. How do
Sure.
you find that sweet spot of this character? You played so well where there's a tough shell, but he's really likable and charming. What's the secret for you when you play roles like that?
Well, for every role that I play, I always find I work with the director and the writer very carefully to explore what their what their take on the character is, obviously, and then I try and find ways to make that character human as possible. I try and find things that have happened in my life that I can use that are relatable, that might be helpful. um, I like playing characters that are out of my comfort zone. I like that. Obviously, I'm drawn to those kind of roles if you look at my career. um, and what makes them tick? What are their hopes? What are their dreams? What are their fears? What are their all of the things that make us who we are, the things you want to try and hopefully get across to the audience. And this character was a very interesting guy. I mean, it's someone I've never played before. He's an introvert and kind of a hermit and a grump, and he's a little bit like Scrooge, from A Christmas Carol. And
Sure.
and he literally is not looking for love, and he's not looking for any companionship. But this girl, is this American, played by Brooke Shields, Sophie Brown, wanders into his life, and she completely turns his world upside down. And so, yeah, I was really drawn to the character, and playing a Scottish person who I'd never played before, and I just jumped in with both feet, you know.
Yeah, I mean, and I love the wisdom you're giving just about this type of part in particular, and especially because you have the books behind you. I feel like I'm just getting this great knowledge. But when you're doing a film like this, you just mentioned Brooke Shields. What is your approach to build that chemistry with the other lead in a rom-com like this?
Well, I mean, you always want to get to know the person you're working with, so spend quality time with them. I knew a lot about her work, obviously, beforehand. I'd studied her career and I'd followed it very closely, and I knew that she had great comedy chops, so I had no fears on that front. And you just hope that you end up working with someone that you're compatible with and that you get along with. And Brooke is, I mean, she's just so easy to get along with. I mean, she's hilarious and funny and a great raconteur, and we hit it off right away. So I always gauge it by that. I'm like, I hope and pray I get to work with someone who is like me, that they don't take themselves too seriously, but they take the work seriously. And she's very much like that.
Yeah, and it shows on screen how professional you guys are and just pros. And having that you've done this for so long, do you feel acting is just easy for you now, or are you still always learning? Like, is there
Oh,
always more to
please.
learn?
Always a learning curve. It's a never ending education. The day I think I know it all is the day I should quit.
Right. I love that. And you know what, too, just what I love about you, Carrie, is that you always still embrace the Princess Bride and share posts from fans about it.
Thank you.
And do you think that's important for actors to even embrace like things that are really dear to fans? I like that you have that about you.
I mean, you have to. It's the fans that made those films famous. So if you don't, what would be the point of my turning my back on my fans? They're the ones who put food on the table, and they thank you, Carissa. And they're the ones who've supported me and support my career, and they're the ones who are going to come out and see this movie. So I never take them for granted. That my fans, they're the ones who've given me the incredible life and career that I have today. So I'm eternally grateful to them and the Princess,
There,
of course. Yeah.
love it. There you go, fans. You're hearing it from the man himself, Cary Elwes. Watch him work his Christmas magic this Friday in A Castle for Christmas on Netflix. Cary, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you in the future one day.
Thank you. I hope so too. Thank you.